What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's Sui, and if you're my friend, you can call me SuDog or SuDizzle. And we're back again on the veiniest, throbbiest codes you have known to man, Code Vein. And like I said, that I would be back here, I am. Sure, it took me a bit of time because I was doing other things, and, you know, I got that random spark of just motivation to do another one of these videos, and I figured, hell, I'm doing it now. So, this here is Vivian. So, interesting one. She is one of the originals during her timeline. It's just that the character itself went through a lot of changes. So, I kind of didn't include it in the batch of videos I first did because again, I was kind of like, okay, um, am I sure that this is the way it is by the end of it? But it's been a long time since I've made any changes, so I figured, you know what, yeah, I would say this is in a solid enough place to have a video put up on them. So yes, this is Vivian. I guess let's go over what the changes were first, and then dive into the order I usually do these in. So originally her name was Viviana. I know, such a dramatic change from Viviana to Vivian. Over time, I kind of just figured I don't need the ah at the end of it. This is like whatever, so it went back to, well, not went back, but it went down to Vivian. Much more pleasant name to the ear. And I guess one minor detail that changed, but still a change, so I'm going to list it anyway, was the skin tone. Originally just another one of my pasty white girls that I have in my collection. Vivian, a bit of brown sugar was added to the recipe, and here we are now. I would say it's quite nice. And it's been this way for I think 2 to 3 years now. So it's been enough of a change to be cemented into her creation. So yes, this is Vivian. Got the red eyes and all that stuff. Very simplistic design, but it's just how I like it, honestly. Got the horns in there too for the extra detail. Yes, this is Vivian. She is the bayonet character. I'm sure some of you may even remember way back when. If you look back, I think, on my Bloody Snow video, that design there is the first design she had. But as of right now, name is Vivian, and she is the one-handed sword build for those who watched that series I did. So yes, as of now, here and then, the name is Vivian, and this is how she looks. We're gonna keep it there. This design also has been carried over to other games like God Eater and Souls, of course, Elden Ring, and all that stuff. But of course, the main ones are Code Vein and God Eater, and her design, as of right now, has carried through that as well. So I like the consistency there. So enough, I guess, history. We got to roll up the old scroll here and put it back into the archive. We're going on to the usual order we do things on, and the origin. Where did she come from? Well, funnily enough, the first, I guess, concept of design came from Dark Souls 3 in the form of a Pyromancer build. I'm pretty sure I might even still have the character on Dark Souls 3 right now if I go check. But the original name was Vivian of Jugo, and she was a desert pyromancer, of course, because who doesn't love that outfit? It's good stuff. But yeah, that's where she originally came from. Came from Dark Souls 3, and then I got into Code Vein, and she was the last character I made on here during my little, I guess, character creating streak. I guess that's what I would call it. She was the last one. She was the Bayonet character. I believe her creation was first done way back early 2020-ish, around there, because I was still doing all the other playthroughs, of course, so, you know, she was the last one to be done. But of course, you know, that was during her first design, which was Viviana, you know, more pale. But right now she is Vivian, and with a little bit of brown sugar added to the recipe, as I said before. Quite nice, honestly. I'm quite proud of it. So yes, that is the origin, and of course she has been carried on to any other future games where it lets me have a lot of characters, like Neo, for example. Of course she carried over to Neo, why wouldn't she? So yeah, quite nice. So, next would be the inspiration. What was the inspiration for her design? I wouldn't say anything specific, really. It was more so during, I guess, the like color coding of character designs, like the whole blonde and blue, purple, yellow. This one was just like, I think, just mostly red with a hint of black. I wanted to keep it there because I didn't want to mix, I guess, like, I guess I I had didn't want to have Iris be black and red, so I still wanted to keep the color palette though. So of course then came her creation to fill that gap. So out came Vivian. Well, of course, originally a different name, but of course she's here. She's here because of that. The inspiration came from just simply wanting to fill in, I guess, a bit of a rainbow of color variety with my OCs. Well, Sui, how about the style? This is the style, much more edgy-ish when it comes down to it, really. Of course, when you gotta have colors like this, you gotta fit it. But at the same time, it's Code Vein, so it has marvelous feminine proportions. Definitely one of my favorite parts about the game in terms of the female character creation. It really makes the feminine aspect of it pop while also maintaining the style that I ever so love to, you know, have in a game. So yeah, that's the style. The personality? Well, that's honestly pretty easy. The mean one. That is pretty much it. When you get this kind of look to it, the mean one, the real, I guess, sadistic one, I guess. But we'll just go ahead and shoot for the mean one. Because, well, with the look here, it just fits. Alright? It's simple, and that's the way I like it. As for story, honestly, I've put together quite a different variations for her creation. I swear I have at least 2 or 3 different ones. I am still yet to settle on that, by the way, purely because I guess what I would need is another game to just suddenly spark my creative juices again and start thinking about all that. But of course, those are things I just keep to myself in terms of, what they are. Simply because I don't know, I just prefer to, for now at least. As for the list of appearances, Code Vein, of course, Souls, if you count the original concept, Elden Ring, of course, that's one, God Eater, wouldn't leave home without it, and Neo. Basically the same as most of the other characters. If it if it's a game where I can have a bunch of characters, of course I'm gonna bring them all over. It's how I am. It's a part of me and a part of the things that I like to create. So it's how it is. So how about the significance of the character? Well, the significance, of course, each and every one of them represents something that I felt at the time during their creation, and thus manifested it into these character designs. All of them are a small little piece of something that I thought of, and it's quite nice, really. Her significance dates way back to early 2020, so sure, some changes have been made, but ultimately, I've settled on a design that I'm satisfied with. Vivian. And that's where we're at now. She bears a nice significance in my character roster, and of course, I would kindly ask for her not to be ripped off directly. As I've said before, I do understand similarities are a thing, or even if my characters serve as inspiration for you, then I'm all for it. I just kindly ask not to be directly ripped off. Other than that, we cool. So, how about the appearance? Well, here's the physique, standard, skin color, hair type. The ponytail is homemade. The color, the, I guess, proportioning for the colors, the face, the eyes, pupil 2, electric boogaloo, the eye color, proportioning, eyebrows, eyebrow color, makeup, nice little black red for the makeup here, for the lashes, very nice, I love the way it looks. 1 and 2, and their percentage values of course, no scars, that is a face paint. Lipstick, we go with the nice red, here's the color for that, here's the type of one we used. Here is the scar, we moved it up a little bit, shortened it. Here are the sliders for that. And the color, the metallic one, really make it pop, you know? I love the way it pops out. It's quite great. Proportionings as well. Accessories, every slot is filled, of course. Gloves. The colors used for the gloves. The ponytail, that which was added onto the back. And the proportioning for that too. Of course, we even have a homemade scrunchie. Yeah. Coloring for the extra hair. The homemade scrunchie. Color for that too. Some arm, I guess, straps here. Colors for that as well. The one on the way bottom is the same as well. And the horns. We love the real demonic, evil look for her. It's quite fitting. Again, very basic, but personally for me, I'm a very basic person. I'm very straightforward, I guess. I'm a simple person, so I keep it simple, alright? I know there are plenty of other people that are way more creative than I am, and I applaud them for being here. And the necklace. Colors and all that. Oh yeah, proportioning for the horns. And then the other strap, which is the same in terms of colors. It's just there to be on the other side. Clothing. What is used and what is not used. Colors for that as well. Purifier mask type. Perfect one, I'd say. Mask frame, we use the same one for all of them. The other one's a bit bulky. I just prefer it to be smaller. Voice type, which of course this game always has the most perfect voices for the characters I like to make.
Let's keep it casual. There is absolutely no way. Time to get stubborn. You have my thanks. May victory come quickly. You're a lifesaver. Slow and easy, all right?
Quite nice. But yeah, that is Vivian. That is her in her entirety. From everything on the list to the visual appearances. Another creation of mine that I'm quite proud of. It's always a bit a part of me, and I enjoy it. So, of course, the disclaimer that I usually leave and have repeated I think before already. I kindly ask that my characters are not directly ripped off, although similarities are bound to happen. And if these characters serve as inspiration for you, then I applaud it. Just simply, don't rip it off directly, and we're cool. And as you know, my name is Sui, and I'll catch you in my next video. Peace.